cmpradio.net. It's the station.
cmpradio.net. We are live. We are here. This is Uncomfortable Conversations. I'm your host with my fellow host,
Drea B, y'all.
Yeah, you kind of delayed on that joint, Drea. What's up?
Delayed?
Yeah. What was you waiting for?
I was waiting for you to.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. But we're here, right? And today's episode is, I don't know if it's going to be a little touchy.
What is it going to be touchy for?
The person that you're asking questions.
You said you're an open book.
I am an open book. That don't mean a book can't be touched.
Okay.
Can't be a little. You feel me? Like,
I'm gonna be very, delicate with the questions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, forgive my head, man. I have a toothache. And that drink been killing me, so I really ain't.
Nice, your best today.
Boy, I haven't been at my best for the past 3 weeks.
Ooh.
My tooth been every day, like my tooth been killing me.
Is it cracked?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drink came out. It was a cavity.
Mm-hmm.
The cavity fell out.
Oh.
And then after the cavity fell out, a piece of my tooth fell out.
Are you gonna get a crown or something?
No, I'm getting that thing removed.
Just getting it removed.
Yeah, take that drain out.
Okay.
Dentures is coming my way real quick. Real quick.
Don't say that.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Take
it.
your teeth out. All right. Yeah, but today's topic, man, this is Uncomfortable Conversation. Oh, man.
You took a side there.
Yeah, man, because, it's hard whenever you ask a man, how did you handle emotions?
Mm-hmm.
So my dad was very strict.
Okay.
So he didn't get the chance to teach me how to handle my emotions. So that was something I learned, right, on my own through experiences, right? So it's what I learned is what I learned. It's very hard for me to switch off from what I've learned. If you learned something, if you learned that the stove was hot, how hard is it for you to think that the stove isn't hot?
It takes a while.
It takes involvement, right? And you have to be involved with an unhot stove to understand. If you never touch an unhot stove, if every stove you touch is hot, every stove is going to be hot, period, point blank. If you've been chased by dogs, every dog that comes around is going to chase you. People have fear of dogs. Bugs, I don't understand bugs. I really don't. Like ants, like flies, and I don't get that. But people are scared of bugs. Spiders, I get a spider maybe. But today's topic, What's today's topic?
Today's topic is, let me pull it up.
Oh, man, you the worst.
Because I had it up here. Okay. So it's how we are going to, well, I'm not going to say all because it's a long topic, but pretty much this topic today is going to be talking about how some men struggle with, expressing their emotions, and oftentimes it's due to maybe they haven't been taught how to express them. So, and how conditioning really is a factor in that. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And I'm going to be asking you all types of invasive questions. But you know what? This topic probably will invasive questions that will help somebody else. Might be a man that's watching and maybe they may understand why now.
That's all I ever wanted to do, was to help someone else, right? That's a lot of the reason why the radio station is here, right? To give people a place to talk about the things that they didn't learn correctly, they didn't heal correctly through. You feel me? Like, and I've never had a show where we had just one person up here just blasting the other person. If we can't have both people up here, we won't do the show. We won't take a cheating wife and have her up here. Yeah, he ain't. No. We need both of y'all. And if we can't have both of y'all, we don't do the show. Well, that's not fair. Yes, it is. Because it's both of y'all are involved in that situation. And I don't want to come from it with more hostility out in the community, more anger. Now, I've done it myself, right? And that's how I know how it feels, right? To have a conversation talking about what someone else did to you and that other person doesn't like the light that you shined on it. Right, but it's my life. I'm allowed to talk about it. I don't let other people do it because I don't have time for the extra rigmarole. I can deal with my people. But let's get into this topic, man. Black men were taught, don't cry, don't complain, don't show. Period. Everything. You fall, get up. It's okay. You don't like it, get over it. It'll get better one day. Don't show nobody your hand. To the point where people get diagnosed with diabetes. They thought that was a weakness back in the day. Different things come up in our culture, in our community, where we feel like, I don't want to let nobody know. I don't want nobody to be using it as a weakness. I don't want nobody to try to play. It's like, so why or when do we get to a point where we understand that we are human, right? We're not machines. Right, we have things that we need to talk about. And also, where can a man find safe space to give this energy off, to talk to someone? I go to therapy. I have a male therapist and a female therapist. My male therapist handles me. My female therapist handles me with relationships and understanding.
So did you just say I need to, or it just end up being that way?
No, I realized that there are two different types of people on this earth. Just two, men and women. Everybody else fits, somehow you fit under men or women. That's it.
So you didn't feel like you could get the same?
No, a man can't understand where a woman stands, and a woman can't understand where a man stands. You can think you understand, but how can you think you understand if you don't do what a man does? You got to be able to do what they do to understand a man. You can't. I don't understand women. I don't. I will not even try to tell you that I do.
So that's an interesting perspective.
Right? Because I don't. And whatever you do is what you do, and how you live and all that good stuff, that's your way.
So you believe no men understand? I'm just asking. I just want to know.
How can a man understand a woman?
By studying them.
By studying them. And even every woman will change. He didn't study every woman in the world.
True.
So he doesn't really know every woman. Every woman is different.
Very
Every
true.
woman looks at life different, understands life different, wants from life different. Everybody. Nobody is the same.
I mean, but I don't think you want to, I don't want to understand every man.
Well, then your partner. You understand your partner. You can study your partner.
Yeah.
But you have to come into that relationship to understand them. That this point that we're at right now is me understanding you. Have you ever said that to him? Like, what do you want?
Of course.
What do you need?
Sometimes you don't even have to. It's good to ask that, but if you pay attention, you'll be able to see certain things without people saying, not saying that nobody needs to be a mind reader, but like if you're around somebody long enough, you'll pick up their patterns.
You'll pick them up, but it's good if you can relate what you see to him so he understands what he's showing.
Absolutely.
Right.
But it takes a receptive person, because say if it's a man that's not really in tune with their feelings, and then they get with someone who is very in tune, it could be like it could be a learning curve for that couple. Both of them, could be having a hard time trying to maneuver through that, because one, it might be open to learning but just don't know. And then somebody that does know, they like, oh my goodness, I might have to coach this person up. And then you wonder sometimes, some relationships, do they break up because it's like unequally yoked? Like somebody is advanced in this area and another person might be a little behind, and maybe they are not even aware that they're a little behind in certain areas. So they're like, what? When you come to them with information, it's just like, what? Especially if it's just something that they've never been exposed to. It's like, then you have the clashing of the personalities.
What do you think is the biggest reason for relationships that do good and relationships that do bad?
Alignment is so important. We talk about that every show for the most part. That emotional intelligence, listening to understand, not to offend to...
Listening to understand.
Yeah.
Where would you put, like, how would you describe listening? That's a part of what?
That's a part of any relationship that you want successful. You got to listen.
I think it's a part of communication.
For sure.
If your communication skills are on par with understanding and being able to hear something and say, okay, that's what she wants. That's what she needs. For me, when we have a conversation and I say, what you want for dinner? And you don't know. All right, there's something wrong. Even though it's just dinner, it's something wrong that you don't know what you want to eat. Right? I'm asking you. Now, if I say what I want, it'll always be something simple and easy. Go downstairs, hot sausage. Hot sausage me, you can hot sausage me to death. Literally.
Well, I'm about to throw a curveball.
Go ahead.
This is what we do. So think about communication. Somebody might be good far as the way they can speak and say certain words, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a great communicator. Like they might be able to do a whole great speech and, all the bells and whistles when it comes to like public speaking and everything like that. But their emotional intelligence or emotional IQ, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be up to par, because there's some people that are really great. Like if you got to speak at an engagement and everything like that, but then look at their personal relationships. Does that transfer? Because those skills don't. It doesn't mean that I'm good. I'm good. I'm a people's person and and I know everybody and I know how to be social. Does not mean that you're going to be a great communicator when it means to like understanding people.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And everybody that's good at playing basketball ain't good at dribbling, right? So, that there are certain skills that you have that need to grow, and there are certain skills that you need to work on, right? But if you're coming into a relationship, you should be able to understand who you are first, right? So love of you, love of self.
For sure.
I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught to be happy with myself. I was taught to find someone else to make me happy in myself. That's where we go wrong all the time. No one ever teaches us to just sit with yourself for a minute, understand what you do well, know what you want to see. Because if you do that, you won't be worried about finding a partner. Or I was looking for a partner at a young age, 17, 18. I got married at 23. So it was all about getting with somebody, shacking up, and doing it together. You go to school. I'm going to do this. You understand what I'm saying? When you're doing that, you're done with school. I'm going to go to school. It never happened.
Do you think that came from how you seen your mom and dad?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But they seem like they had a great relationship.
They did have a great relationship, but they had the opportunity to get to know themselves first. They didn't meet at 17, 18 years old. They met at 23.
Okay.
Right? Had me, I think, at 25, 20, 23. Maybe they, I don't know when they met.
Okay.
Right? I got to ask my godmother.
Okay.
We never really had conversations because, like I said, my dad died when I was 12. And then my mom was still here, but she was dealing with her stuff.
Right.
Right? You know, losing your partner, somebody you didn't think you would lose.
Right.
He was Haitian. And during the time that he died, it was 1992. And you know what they were saying about Haitians in 1992? Everybody from Haiti had AIDS. Right? So they were putting that out there. It wasn't true because my sister was born, but it was still out there. So there was a lot of fear. So a lot of stuff wasn't talked about. We didn't have a lot of conversations.
So I have a question. This is going to be a doozy. So say, for instance, if your dad didn't pass away if he was 12, and if he was someone that did not really communicate his emotions, who's to say that, like, you would have been any different, even if he was around with that part? Because if he wasn't someone that communicated his emotions.
Oh, he communicated his emotions very well with
did?
my mother.
With his mother? With your mother?
Pictures of them, love. Whenever they took pictures together, you could tell they were in love. You can look at pictures. I'll show you some pictures when we get done with the show. You'll be like, yeah. You can just look at them and tell, right?
But I'm talking about the words. I know.
The word. He could say the words. He had no
words.
problem saying the words. He had no problem with saying that. I mean, I didn't realize just how much energy I had gotten from him until I went to therapy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Why was I so quick with my words? My father was quick. Why was I so adamant with what I wanted? Because that's how he was, right? So things happen, and we're not always in a space to be able to reflect. And I think if I would have went to therapy when I was younger, I would have been able to catch it, and I would have been able to understand what I needed to do, but I didn't. And then when I went to therapy, then life opened up. So let's get into these conversations. Let's get into these questions.
Okay, I'm going to let me see which one I want to start with first. I'm going to start with the first one. So when did you first feel like that expressing emotions was unsafe? At what age?
I was young.
Like how young?
Like 14.
So can you give me like the scenario if you remember?
I remember the scenario. I don't want to give it though.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It was unsafe because the people around me weren't in a space to understand why I felt that way.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden my dad's gone and I'm outside. So I was around young men, young as me, that didn't experience what I experienced.
Mm-hmm.
They've been outside. You're talking to people that are 14, 15 years old. You've been outside for the last 7, 8 years. I'm just coming outside the last 2. So I'm behind you. So I'm like, damn, why are we doing this? What you asking that for, man? Don't worry about that.
So now I'm going to ask you a question that's not on here.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like you attracted unsafe people?
That's all that was around me. That's all that was outside.
Have you sat with that yet?
What you mean, sat with it?
Have you sat with the fact that a lot of the people that you might have gravitated and you might have had an infatuation, a connection, or even at times you may have loved someone, but they really were not safe for you? No. Have you sat with that?
No. For what? Why I gotta sit in it when I've experienced it?
No. When you sat with it, that means you allow yourself to feel whatever you feel.
I felt it.
You felt it?
Yes.
Okay. Did you process it?
Yes. Ask the question you want to ask. You sitting back.
So if you felt it and you process it, do you feel like you attract? Do you feel like you are attracting unsafe people Still.
There are unsafe people everywhere.
Of course.
It's very hard for you not to attract unsafe people if you give safety.
Oh.
We were doing the podcast. Mm-hmm. We had another partner. Mm-hmm. What I say to him immediately, bro, you feel me? You got other things that you want. So I need you to go after those things. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, that's a part of attracting unsafe. Like, if I can't depend on you, you're unsafe, right?
True.
Right. So I don't bring in unsafe, right? But what happens is it's like a moth to a light. They come. It's on them if they stick around. It's on you. It's not on me. Because you can leave at any time.
But when you have boundaries, I'm not saying people going to be people, but when you have boundaries, I feel like you can prevent certain things from even, like.
You feel like you don't know for sure. You feel like you don't know for sure. But I get it. I do. I understand it. Yes. I'm sure you probably can. But we don't know until we apply them and try it.
Okay.
Right? All right.
So what is the difference between accountability and punishment?
For certain men, accountability and punishment are the same thing. If I'm accountable, why are you still yelling at me about it? Why are we still fussing about it? Why is it something that we got to continue to do constantly? Because I continue to repeat it? Well, guess what? That's just who I am. Where's your boundary at for accountability? How many times you going to yell and fuss and scream and holler at me? Until you realize that this is just who he is.
So I'm going to ask you this. So when I have certain conversations with you, do you feel like I'm holding you accountable? No. Do you feel like I'm
yes, holding me accountable. It's not punishment because you're able to. You're not coming from a hurt place. So it's a difference. When a person is coming from a hurt place, they got all the knives out. They got the guns out. They got the bombs out. They dropping. They don't care. It's like dropping, an A-bomb, an atomic bomb on, I don't care, everybody got to go. And they want to come back in with the cleanup and is everybody okay? No. What you here for? Hey, everything you done said, everything you done did, you should not be here. Boundaries. You just tell me about boundaries. That's an important thing when you dropping the A-bomb is not to go back into the area unless you want to get.
I'm just trying to check myself because I feel like if I say certain things to you and it's like, I've said it.
No.
I've said it. And then it's like.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem. You want to repeat yourself. Okay, we've already had this conversation. What is it that I'm not hearing? Say that. What is it that I'm not doing? Because you done already repeated this. We done had this conversation time and time again. So I don't want someone to try to hold me accountable and then say, oh yeah, because you can't hold people accountable with an attitude. You can't. Because now you're just punishing them. You're yelling at them. You're fussing at them. I tell people all the time, listen, my mother's name was Deborah Lynn Johnson.
That's my middle name, Lynn.
Right. My mother forgave me for a lot of the things that I did. But she could hold me accountable. Like, to my heart, she could hold me accountable. Mm-hmm. It was never punishment, though. So I know the difference between someone holding you accountable and someone trying to punish you for something that you did. If you have to punish me, that's cool. Know what your punishment is. 'Cause that don't mean I'm going to stick around. But let me know where I messed up. If you think I messed up. I don't be thinking I be messing up. And everybody be telling me, yeah, you be messing up. All right, well, show me.
But what if somebody show you and you still keep on? I'm not talking about me.
Right. If somebody shows me where I mess up and I still keep going, then it's obvious I'm going to continue to run the red light. So move your car. How many times you got to get your car hit at the same red light by the same person before you realize when you see this car coming, you need to move it? You just going to sit your car right there. You're just going to leave it right there on the train tracks. You get hit by the same train every Thursday, 250. You're not going to go another way.
If you care about somebody and you see them veering off to a path that may not be the most healthiest for them. You wanna try to.
Isn't that their personal life?
That is absolutely.
Yo, you tripping? That's it. Yo, you tripping, bro? You really tripping? Right? And you gonna crash? You gonna crash? How you gonna crash? But you tripping.
So when they crash, do you have sympathy for them?
Absolutely. You sit there. You're the friend, right?
Right.
You sit there and talk to them. Like, damn, what you think you could have done in that situation that was different? Like, just to stop from all this stuff happening. Do you think you could have told her the truth? You think you could have had a conversation with her? Okay. All right. You understand the way you understand it. But like I said, coming up, there wasn't a lot of men around me that were willing to hold me accountable. I think that's what it is, too. There aren't a lot of men that are holding other men accountable.
But you got to think about people, like, I'm sure, like, people do what they know how to do, and some people have a limited toolbox. So it's like, at some point, it's just like, okay, I didn't grow up with a mom. I didn't grow up this way. I didn't grow up that way. But how long can I hold that in my hat and say, well, I don't know how to do this because I didn't get taught? Then I got to go outside of, like, my nuclear family and learn some things, because it's like, all right, this is just a question that I'm saying out loud. When we have things that we didn't learn, how long is there, like, a time frame, like, that we can just say, well, I didn't know. But when you do know that you didn't get something, how do you go about getting that thing or healing from that?
You got to sit in that for a little bit. Like you were telling me earlier, did you sit in it? You got to sit in it. You got to understand it. You got to go and do some research to understand, how does this thing really work? It's one thing to just want it and want it to be included in your life. It's another thing to learn how it operates. We weren't given owner's manuals on us.
I'm just going to give an example. I never seen a successful relationship in my nuclear family. I never, like you said, you seen your parents love. I didn't see none of that.
Right.
So I'm like, if I held my hat on that and said, I never seen nothing healthy, because I did not, then where would I be now? I would be still saying that same thing and using that as a, like.
But you've seen other healthy relationships outside of your nuclear family. Right?
Recently. So think about it. I'm 43.
Yeah, it takes
recent.
I'm
43.
You knew where you grew up at. You know where you claim. You know where you're from.
And
damn it, city.
And
damn it, city. It's hard for men to grow up in this community and be a man, holding himself accountable, right? Mm-hmm. Talking about the pains that he felt without being judged by women. Oh, he sassy. Oh, he this, right? Or being judged by his homies. Oh, that nigga's a bitch. That nigga trying to do this. Then to be able to be appreciated by somebody, and you've never been appreciated by anybody, it's hard, right? So, but you got to sit in that sometimes. I could have made way better decisions over the last 8 years. I could have. Mm-hmm. I tried. But how can I make a better decision if I go into one room and I'm being attacked, and I go into another room and I'm being attacked, and I go into one room and I ain't being attacked? It's like, oh, maybe this is where. But it's still not right. Still don't feel right. I was like, nah, this can't be it. This ain't right. Those situations will continue to happen. They won't stop until you sit in it and say, oh, let's understand this. Like, you want A and B, I want C and D. We're not aligned. We're not aligned. And if you don't understand, it's never going to work.
But do you understand your own patterns yet?
No. Because I haven't really been on my own pattern. First 12 years of my life, I was being instructed how to live. The next 12 years of my life, I was trying to break free from those instructions. That's 12, 24. The next 12 years of my life, I was trying to find myself after breaking free from the instructions. 37, I started the radio station with no experience in a radio station. So now I'm trying to understand, how do I operate in a radio station, bringing communication to my community, not trying to bring no violence, not trying to bring no fights, not trying to talk about nobody, but how do we open up the lanes of communication?
So now I'm going to stop you. You built this radio station. You didn't have you didn't have a blueprint, and you didn't have a blueprint from what I understand.
Not a blueprint for CMP, but a blueprint for a radio station. Yes, I got it from Purple Queen and No Q Tommy, right? They had the first radio station I was ever on, PQ Radio 1, which was from Chester. It was in Chester. Then it moved to Philly. I didn't speak Philadelphian, so I'm not going to stay in Philly. I'm coming back home.
But you see how you taught yourself certain things. There's certain things that you might have picked up from them.
I had to sit in this. Night after night, day after day, sit in this and understand how to I still don't know how to operate everything in here fully. We're talking about a radio station. You know how many departments a radio station has?
It's a lot.
And if I don't get help, I got to do everything by myself. You know how far I'm going to get doing that? If I don't bring the money in, I got to make money somehow. I got to go get a job. That takes away from the radio station. And if I get a sponsor, and I got a sponsor for the radio station, now I got to stay here and I got to work the radio station for them. What about another sponsor? What about when I want to help the kids? I want to get out there in the community and do things for the kids. Since I've been in my space, I've written like 3 or 4 books, bro. Like literally.
But see, this is your passion. This is your legacy. So you have that drive. But if it's like certain things you like, this is who I am, and people just accept it, what's the reason to change? If you can get by doing things that may not be the best for you, may not be the best for others, and people just let it, well, that's just Pierre. What's the point? What is the point of changing? Because people just go and deal with it.
That was me before. I sold drugs for most of my life. From the age of 14. Money was it for me. That's why I'm not real big on wanting money now. Because I had money. I spent money. I lost money. I got it back. I stole money. I took money. I got it back. I got money stolen from me. Took them from me. I'm going to get it back. Now, I just want people to understand that change is possible. It doesn't matter when you start. You just got to start. Right? So for me, it was understanding that I never got a space to sit and say how upset I was over my father not being here. Mm-hmm. How upset I was that I was trusting people in the community and I shouldn't have been trusting them. Right? But I trusted them because I knew your mother. If I shook your mother's hand, why would I want to see your mother cry? I'm not that cold. Your mother never did anything to me, so I think me and her are more friends than me and you. So it was never over me being like evil. I would never do that no, hell no. But I had to learn that those wasn't the codes of the street. Like it was eat or be eaten. Right? Mm-hmm. That was hard for me because that's not where I came from. I came from a community of growing together, a village. My family, a village. My grandmother. Man, I had friends outside. She come outside. Here, feed the kids. Feed them. Go ahead. Tell them I need them to come over here and help me on Saturday morning. Saturday morning should be out front cleaning the house. When nobody show up, they'll come knock on the door. Hey, your grandma got some hot dogs. No, I ain't feeding y'all. Y'all ain't come and help me on Saturday. Next Saturday, we out there cleaning now. Everybody come and help. Right? You can't continue to give and not ask for the give to come back. And when the give don't come back, you stop giving. Then when they come and look, no, you didn't help on Saturday, so no, she ain't got nothing for you. So that's where I learned to give to my community. But I never cut it off because I wasn't worried about it. Mm-hmm. So here. So being able to say, I didn't learn correctly how to be a man. And I'm learning now. Right? All that I'm learning now is hard.
Of course.
It's not easy. But you need help. I need someone to understand what I'm growing into. can't mold yourself. You kind of need people to mold you as well. That's what mentors are for.
True.
Right? That's what friends are supposed to be for.
But then you have to
holding me accountable.
But you got to think about your friend circle. Like,
no, you find new friends. I get it. You find new friends. You deal with new people. Right? I would never condemn any of my friends from the past or any of my friends currently. We all got a different path to walk.
Absolutely.
Right? Sometimes we don't walk down the same path for too long. We walk down this path. We got to this area. All right, we branch off to go do your thing. I still love you. Be safe. We don't have to talk every day. I got a friend from kindergarten. When we reach out, we talk. When he stop past the crib, he stop past the crib. We shoot, drink a beer, talk. I mean, like, that's real love because he remembers my father. He was like, yo, your dad was amazing, bro. Like, he really wanted to help everybody. And you doing the same thing with what you doing. Don't stop.
Sound like a good friend.
I know I got him, but we're not in connection every day. We don't talk every day. We're not around each other every day. You know?
Friendships are different when you get in your 40s anyway.
Yeah.
Different. Just real different.
They feel different. They should be different. But that's one thing we don't know, right? So then when people start not being as available to us as they once were, we get to judging them. It's like, no, you got a life to live. Like, I know you good. I see you. I see you moving. You don't have to like my stuff, bro. Like, I don't gotta like yours. And we good.
Yeah.
We keep it moving.
So I got another question for you.
Go ahead.
Why do people get labeled by their worst mistake? This is a good one right there.
Because it's the worst mistake. It's what your worst mistake will follow you everywhere. Right? I've had a few. I think people I don't judge anybody. I don't care what you've done in your past. You feel me? Like, you could have been, outside of doing something to children and women, you could have been whoever you was.
Okay.
I'm not judging you on that. I'm judging you on what you're doing right now, how you moving right now, how you want to move right now. That's it. So I think a lot of people we just like to judge because it removes who we are. When you judge somebody else, what they say, you point a finger at three more pointing back at you. You feel me? So people so busy pointing fingers because they don't want nobody to realize who they are. And it gets dark sometimes when you pointing fingers and you yelling at people and you fussing. Right? It doesn't really add up to anything sustainable.
You say, like, I feel like you've been around a lot of yelling.
Who?
You have.
Recently,
like the last
20 years.
Last 20 years, that's a long time.
It is. And you get used to it. I don't really pay it no mind. If you start yelling, you'll see it in my face. I'm not paying you no mind.
Check out.
I don't know. It sounds like the girl off Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Just real loud. It's like...
But that's the thing. It's like you've gotten accustomed to certain things that was never okay.
Yeah, it was never okay, but when you run into, and it's like, yo, why are we doing this? Like, I have a cousin who is my god sister. Who's like my sister.
Okay.
She's older than me.
Okay.
And she always tells me, she's like, you're so damn nice. Like, why? Why are you so forgiving? And I say, I don't know. Like, that's just me. Like, I'm not too much worried about how you feel or how anybody else feels about the people that I choose to forgive. I can forgive a person for whatever, right? It's not that big of a deal. Like, are you alive? Are you safe? Are you good? Yeah, all right, that's what you wanted to do. Now, I'm going to do what I want to do. You should be just as forgiving to me as I am to you. But you're not.
But see, you can forgive someone and not give them access back to you.
See, that's the thing, right? If you have access or you don't have access, you're still around. Somehow, you're still around. You're still living. You're still breathing. I'm still going to see you. I'm still going to show up somewhere, and you still might be there. I'm not going to block access. No, we can be friends.
You can't be friends with everybody.
No,
That's
that's what you said. And that's what I said. People handle things differently.
Yeah, but
I respect the fact that you say you can't be friends with everybody.
But it doesn't mean see, this is the thing. That's a subjective word because it's like you could be cool with somebody and you could be nice and you could be cordial, but that ain't mean they're your friend.
If you're cordial, if you're nice, they're your friend. Because what's the definition of an enemy? Someone you're not cordial and nice to. So then they're an enemy.
I can be nice to people that I don't even. That's not my friend.
And they're your friend.
No.
You're being nice. You're being cordial. That's a friend.
No, I just have good manners. So that's the thing, and I realize that about myself. Like, I have good manners. I know how to treat people, but that don't mean you my friend. Friend, that's a word that I take very seriously. Like, sometimes people just give titles too quickly. If you really sit back and think about it, like, okay, like, do you ever think that you've given people titles too quickly?
No.
Oh.
It takes a minute. Now, after everything that I've gone through, it takes a minute before I'll give you a title of a friend. You gotta show me something.
What if they showing you something that's just not conducive to your well-being, but they're a good person? That's the thing too. Sometimes we get caught up in people's potential.
I know. I think women get caught up in potential.
Why do you think that?
Because you do. The possibility of something. I see what I want. So I don't get caught up in potential.
That's such a contradictory statement. But
no, I see what I want. How's it contradictory?
Seeing what you want, but going towards something that is...
I don't know. It's dangerous. I don't know. It's volatile. I don't know all those things until you find out.
Conversations
can be good. I've had great conversations with some that turned out to be psychos, bro. Great conversations. Motivational conversations. With people that you weren't even in a relationship with, but will text you when you somewhere else with somebody else talking about what is this conversation? Don't you got a man? Great conversations.
Do you think about like the environment you meet people or the mental space you're in when you meet someone? That's a factor in how things go with people, romantically or platonically. What headspace you're in, what environment you met somebody.
That's too much. For me, that's too much. It's too much to be thinking about. What headspace am I in while I'm meeting somebody?
Because you have to be receptive to the connection.
I can be receptive no matter what headspace. Right now, my tooth hurts. I mean, literally, feel like somebody's drilling a hole into my head. You can't tell. We're having a conversation. I can be receptive to any space, any place. Right? It depends on the energy. Now, if you started yelling back and forth and getting an attitude, then it's like, all right, this is over. My head hurts. I don't have time for that. I can say that. Right? But we're having a conversation. So I'm good. Like, literally. Feels like somebody's drilling a hole right in the side of my face. But you were talking about potential. And I say that women see potential more than men. What can a man see potential in a woman for?
It's the same as how a man...
What can a man see potential in a woman for? Not the same as a woman. What can a man see potential in a woman for?
A good wife, a good mother, a good...
You think
partner.
A man is looking at a woman to be a good... well, you don't know she's going to be a good partner until you get into the partner stage.
Or just like someone that's like dependable. It's just little things. A dependable person, a good friend. It just depends on what are you looking for at that time? What are you looking for? Are you not looking for anything? Or you just going wherever the wind blows and being intentional when you connect with people? Intentional, not just going out there all willy-nilly.
Intentionality.
That makes a difference
for women.
for men too.
I like to have a couple men up here and talk about the potential that they see in a woman.
Wow, you don't think men see potential?
What potential? It's different than what the potential that women see.
I'm pretty sure it is different. But I mean,
I'm not gonna say what I see when I look at a woman, when I talk to a woman. I don't need you to take care of me. You feel me? I don't need you to cook for me. I don't need you to clean for me. I need support. I need help. I need a helpmate. I need someone willing to help me and not tear me down. Someone that wants to see real growth, right? And not think that they're gonna win. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm going to say this
and get me to lose.
I'm going to say this.
Right.
I don't want to make you feel some type of way.
You ain't gonna make me feel no type of way.
But I feel like the fact, it's nothing wrong with whatever you want is whatever you want. But the fact that I feel like sometimes when we had these conversations, like, you know, I never had a parent that passed away, so I don't know how that feels. I know I don't have my mom in my life, but I feel like sometimes maybe when you were in relationships, because you're single now, like that wound from losing your mom, and that's grief. Grief can come and go and come and go and come and go. That's a lifetime thing. But I feel like that impacts even how you want a person to show up, because you don't have that mom, your mom, who it seems like she has some heavy shoes, like nurturing, understanding, no matter what the hell you did, you sound like she always forgave you. And I feel like you're looking for that in your future potential partner.
Not unconditional forgiveness. Just looking for love. Right? I'm looking for a partner that understands sacrifice. Because I understand sacrifice. I have sacrifice for partners. I have sacrifice for people. I have given my last to help someone else. I don't want me to do that and then I'm on the ground and then you just step over me. That hurts.
Well, clearly it might have happened quite a few times to you. For you to, so
absolutely. So I know now. Now I'm a little selfish. I'm a lot selfish.
You went from a little to a lot.
Yeah, I'm a lot selfish.
So how do you think that's gonna work out for you, like relationship?
That doesn't mean I'm closed. I understand, and at this big age that I am, 46 years old. Mm-hmm. I have more time used than time left. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
I get it.
I don't have time to waste. Like, we can have a conversation. We can talk about what we want. You feel me? If you want something other than me, I'm gonna tell you that. All right, I don't want that.
But that's the thing, finding people that want the same things that you
No, you don't have to want the same things. You have to understand what I want, and you have to understand what you want. You have to try to bring it together. We don't have to be the same thing.
No, you don't. I didn't say that. But if you're saying I don't want to get married, and this person saying I want to get married, y'all don't want the same thing.
I never said I didn't want.
No, I'm just using that example.
Right.
That's an extreme example. Like somebody could be an awesome, like all the things, and the one thing that's like, I don't want to get married.
You want what you want. I want what I want. Can we bring it together?
But there's non-negotiables. So the thing
What are non-negotiables?
These are things that
no cheating, no lying, no stealing. Those are 3 non-negotiables I think everybody should agree to. You can't agree to those 3 things?
Those are basic things. Those are basic. But I'm saying, like, think about it like, okay, it might be religious beliefs. It could be children, anything like that.
I don't care how many kids you got. I don't care how many baby dads you got. I don't care, like, your religion. That's a personal situation. Your religion is a personal situation. You go to church on Sunday, make sure you go. You got a problem with me going to the masjid? You got a problem with me offering salat in the house? All of those things are personal decisions, and we just allow them to dictate how we want to love on someone, how we want somebody else to love on us.
No, I don't agree with that. We going to disagree on that, because if you have so many things that don't have in common, where's the alignment? I'm not saying you have to be exactly but I want to get married, you don't want to get married. You over here, I'm over there. What are we doing?
We shouldn't even be talking about it. I'm saying we're already agreeing to come together. We've already said this is what you like, this is what I like, and we're bringing it together. We're beyond the don't like and not married and all that other stuff. We both agree that we want to get married. We both agree that we want a vacation, a destination wedding. We both agree that we don't want a big wedding with a whole bunch of people standing around us. We just want to get married on the beach, just me and her. You feel me? We both agree that we can come back and have a party when we get back. You feel me? We both agree that we want a house. We both agree that we want 2 cars. We both agree that we have grown kids and we have a few little kids too. We're bringing them together. We both agree to this. So all the other stuff really doesn't matter because we've talked about this. And that's what makes a relationship a real relationship, is when we can talk about what we want and agree that, yeah, that's cool. There are only non-negotiables is don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. That's it. Follow the 10 Commandments, and we'll be fine. Motherfucker, follow the 10 Commandments in your motherfucking marriage, and we'll be fine. Right? Don't the 10 Commandments say everything you don't want your man to do? Mm-hmm. Honor your mother and father, because how you treat your mother and father is how you're going to treat your partner. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not what? Hello? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Come on, read the 10 Commandments. And tell me that's not exactly what you want your husband to do.
I hear you. It sounds good. Sounds good.
I know.
So, how do we balance standards with understanding?
We understand first. We understand what we want. As a man, I didn't understand what I wanted. I didn't understand my purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Mm-hmm. When you don't understand your purpose, you just run around willy-nilly. You don't care. But when you understand your purpose, no matter what's happening around you, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter who's there. It doesn't matter who's clapping. It doesn't matter who's giving, who's taking. It doesn't matter. You're focused on your purpose. And that's where I am. So, understanding that comes when you focus on your purpose. Other thing in the question, what was the other? Balance.
Balance, yep. How do we balance standards with understanding?
Standards can change. You don't think so? Or you think standards are like set in stone?
I think they can change.
Standards can change, so. Understanding doesn't, though.
Touche. But, like, I feel like standards can change, but understanding, like, how understanding is too understanding. Like, because sometimes if you too understanding, people will just run you through the mud.
Some people need to be ran through the mud, though. Some people need to get dirty.
What makes you say that?
Because some people need to let go. Some people really need to let go. And they put themselves through it. Like, because you can let go when you realize it's not for you. You can let go when you realize it's not working for you, but you choose not to. So what happens? You get ran through the mud. You want to hold on. You want to show this person that you'll always be there. You'll always be supportive. You'll always be that person they can count on. So even if you're wrong.
So now I'm about to go to the carpet.
Go ahead.
So think about, like, last show we was talking about spinning the block. Mm-hmm. And they say, what's the saying? Insanity is when you, like, you know, continue to do the same thing and expecting
different results.
So it's like, what's the difference from like you just said like a lot. But if you're spinning the block on certain things, I'm not.
Go ahead.
Just spinning the block. Whether it's a job opportunity, like, okay, I tried this industry and it just ain't. Like, I just keep on going back and it ain't working. I try to be friends with this person and we keep on clashing. At some point, it's like, when am I going to do different? Because it's like, it's easy for you to say it when you're speaking outside of yourself. But when it comes to you, it's just like, I feel like that rule don't apply. Like when you're speaking from a perspective of somebody else.
No, I'm speaking for myself. Obviously, I need to get dirty. If I'm spinning the block, it's a reason. It's something there I have to protect. As a man, protection is key. As a man, being able to protect someone, being able to stand up for someone, being able to be there for someone, that's everything. There should be no reason why you don't spin the block. So after you spin the block a couple times and you realize, all right, this ain't going to work. After you spin the block a couple times, you realize, all right, you just going to keep dragging me. After you spin the block a couple times, you realize, all right, this is just batshit crazy. Now you can say, all right, I tried my best. Let me do what I can do on this side. I tried it with you. I did. Can't say I didn't. I tried it with you. It didn't work. And that's okay. Whatever reason it didn't work, it's fine with me. It could be my fault. No, I know you're not going to accept responsibility and say it's your fault, so it's my fault. I'll take it, and we just keep moving forward. But there's a reason, that protection. You were there for a reason. You had to be. Now you realize you can be somewhere else and still offer the same amount of protection to whatever you were protecting. That's why men spin the block.
And you be trying to protect yourself first?
Not when you have other lives to take care of.
If they not your kids,
not your kids. I'm talking from me, so you know it's about a kid, right? That's the only time I spin the block is if there's a kid involved. It's the only time. I don't spin the block if it's not a kid involved. If it's not a kid involved, cut the rope.
Okay. It's like, I don't know. Okay.
It's like you don't know what? Ask the question. If you don't know, you got to ask the question.
So, right? All right. I don't even want to talk about that. So let's go to what happens when pain is never processed?
When pain is never processed, you continue to process. You continue to go through whatever caused you pain. You continue to open that door and go back in. You don't sit in the pain and understand, why did this happen? Why do I continue to feel it? You don't understand how you're supposed to let go of the pain as well, right? It just continues to happen. It continues to be a painful situation.
Do you believe in cycles?
I really don't. I don't. Like, what do you mean? I keep repeating the same cycle, meeting the same person over and over.
It's not just that. That's part of it. Like, there's a time where it might be good times, and there might be a time where you go through a bad, season.
Oh, the ups and downs of life. Yeah, the ebbs and flows of relationships. Absolutely. And you in a good relationship right now, like not you. I'm just saying, a person that's in a good relationship right now, they need to know it's going to be some times where it ain't going to be as good.
Facts.
It ain't going to be as great. What
Absolutely.
are you doing to prepare for that, though? If you're just having fun and just celebrating everything that's going good, that bad time comes, you're like, what the? Now you got to shift. Now you got to think about, listen, everything is going good now. We're in a good position now. How are we saving to make sure you're good? Your partner could fall, break his leg, break his neck, be in the hospital. You could get in a car accident. You could be in the hospital. Somebody need to take care of you. Are we prepared for that? Or are we just going to continue to just have fun and just think like everything's going to be fine? And then when everything ain't fine, now we having a whole hissy fit. You got to ask the questions. Even when it's good, you got to ask those questions. Like, yeah, it could be bad tomorrow.
That's true.
Right? Let's keep this relationship on some good standing.
So let me ask you this. When is the last time you felt safe?
Never.
You've never felt safe? Wow. Like, never.
Never. Somebody came in the house today and said, yo, man, you don't lock the doors. Oh, well.
Have you sat with that?
What?
That you've never felt safe?
Have I sat with it?
Yes. Yeah. Because that's very heavy. I wasn't.
Why is it heavy? Why is it heavy?
You're 46 years old. You've had.
I can say never as a grown man, never. As a child, yeah, I felt safe. Felt safe around my grandma. Felt safe around my great grandma.
Even as a grown, like, what age do you consider yourself really grown? What age?
17.
So it's a long time that you felt unsafe. Like, I don't even know what to say on that. That's heavy.
Why not?
That's sad.
That's not sad. It's life. It's life. How can you consider yourself safe when your friends are dying? How can you consider yourself safe when bullets are flying past you? How can you consider yourself safe when people are setting people up to get robbed and shot? How can you consider yourself safe when women are lying and getting a nigga to come knock on your door and say something? How can you feel yourself safe when anybody can change anything into anything else and say that you did it?
Have you learned to provide yourself that safety?
Oh, I give myself that safety, absolutely. But that's also not feeling safe. I'm not safe anywhere. I don't care where I am. I could be in media, in the DA's office. I don't feel safe in there. They could be putting something in my car. No.
There's things going on, but it's like to have that feeling of just never being safe. Like,
but do you get that feeling from me that I'm not safe?
No.
I don't give that feeling out, but I'm aware of everything around me. You ask me a question, I'm going to answer it truthfully. Never felt safe, ever. In a relationship with a partner, never felt safe. And that's just because I just, you know what it costs me to be safe? I have to give you a part of my safety. Maybe it's the people I hung around. Maybe it's the people I associate with. Maybe it's the things that I did in my past that just don't allow me to give up that part of my safety.
I think that probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Well,
but how do you unlearn? I don't know.
In this area that we live in, so a lot of people say nothing good comes from Chester. I have to beg to differ. Right? There are good people from the city of Chester. There are doctors. There are lawyers. There are accountants. There are basketball players. There are football players. There are many good things that have come from the city of Chester. Mm-hmm. What we listen to is the news when they say, "Man shot dead." Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, this happened. The newspaper. Oh, this did that. Oh, this did that. Then we do have those bad instances of bad things happening to good people. Mm-hmm. Right? You're like, damn, why? That's life. It's hard to change it, right? Because you got to change it for everyone. You can't just change it for yourself. I can change it for myself and move away. But what about the people that are still here? So for me, safety becomes very small.
Wow.
Right? And can I sleep at night? Yes, I can. And I'm safe. But that doesn't mean I'm out here, it's not safe. Run. Stay in the house. Don't speak. No. We got to come together as a community. We got to build together. We got to talk together. We got to communicate. We got to help each other. We got to lend a hand. You got to keep on moving, right? so that people feel safe. So it just makes it a little bit more safer.
But it's like the topic was about suppressing emotions and stuff like that, and conditioning. But now it's like you're a perfect example because, again, I would have never known that. You walk around, you know, and you present.
You saw me at the party.
Yeah.
Walking through, making sure everybody was what?
Safe. But that's, I don't know. I feel some type of way about that.
Why?
Like, you just said you really haven't felt safe as a man, like, your adult life.
No. It's not because I'm nervous or I'm worried about anything. It's just because I know what can happen. At the blink of an eye, something can go wrong.
But that can be for anybody, though.
If they're not worried about it, most men are worried about it. Again, protection. When a man has protection on his mind, it's always on his mind. He's always worried about everybody else. When a man don't have protection on his mind, then he ain't worried about everybody else. People used to say, who's the first one to eat? I said, make sure the kids eat. I eat what's left. I eat all of what's left. Did the kids eat? Yeah. And I'm good. What's left? I don't care if you got to give me some of the leftovers from yesterday.
But do you even realize where that's coming from? Like, I know the whole thing, I'm not a man about protection, but from a small child, when your dad passed away, it was kind of like he was passed the torch. Like, I got to make sure everything by straight.
Right.
But that was so unfair to you.
It was unfair, but it's life, though.
It's no but.
Life is unfair.
But this is the thing.
Life is unfair for young black men.
But so many traumatic things have happened to you.
Whether the traumatic things happen or not.
You didn't even let me finish.
Go ahead.
But you brush it off. But it bleeds, like, regardless of all the therapy, when we have certain conversations, it shows, like.
It shows in me. Guess who it won't show in? Guess who it won't show in?
What?
Guess who it won't show in? My son. You got to realize that you're dealing with pain, torment, anger, frustration. You got to make sure your kids understand that they don't have to live in that same circle, that same cycle. So I explained to my son, make sure you talk to your women. Make sure any woman you deal with, make sure you let her know what you want. And if she can't do it, leave. My son will sit here and tell me, I showed my son how to put a condom on. Went to the store, got a banana, went to the condom, and his homies was in the car and showed him how to put the condom on. Nobody showed me how to do that. Protect yourself. Everything that I didn't learn, I'm giving to my kids. At 19 years old, my son wants to work on planes.
That's what's up.
I just wanted to get 4.5 ounces of cocaine. You understand? Mm-hmm. Wasn't worried about. He not worried about. He don't mind going to the gun range and shooting the gun, but he ain't worried about it. I was. So everything that I've gone through, everything that I've experienced, everything that I've seen, I'm making sure my son understands it so much better than I did.
I get that, but I feel like you minimize your pain. I'm not saying that you're supposed to sit and be doom and gloom, but I feel like you minimize things that shouldn't be minimized.
Oh, yeah. Certain things have to be minimized because if they're not minimized, then they're too big for me to carry. And if they're too big for me to carry, they block the way. They block the view. They block the understanding. So I've learned to shrink things down. I'm like, what's that? Ant-Man. I shrink down. Right? Run across the table, look like an ant. You can't even see me. Because that helps me deal with life.
So you're really good at
not deflecting, minimizing.
I was going to say departmentalizing.
Yes, absolutely. If I open this closet and so much shit fall out, you'd be like, oh my God. But that's what men do. Why? You got to ask yourself why. Well, who are we supposed to talk to? Women?
But then it's always about.
It becomes weaponized. As soon as you say you got an issue, as soon as the issue come up, it becomes weaponized. Oh, that ain't what you.
That's not all women, but it's also how that woman was brought up.
Majority of women brought up in our area. Majority of them that didn't understand. You could have been one of them women. Then you went to therapy.
But I started therapy at a very young age, 22 to be exact.
But you went to therapy. When did it hit for you?
Everything hit at 40. 40, I'm 43.
So 18 years, from 22 to 40, 18 years of you being, and then 40 hit, and then you say, oh, shit. Yeah, I gotta shift up the way I'm doing things. Because you sat with it and you understood, I'm going to keep on getting the same thing.
But it's also important to understand your family dynamics. Because I started asking questions with a family that I know, like, okay, this connects this dot. Okay, this makes sense. Because it's like when you don't know your history, it's like you shooting darts in the dark, trying to figure it out.
You don't know your history, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Constantly. I had to really sit with myself over this last year and understand what I did well, and understand what I didn't do very well. I had to remove myself from several different rooms.
Okay.
Understand what room I really wanted to be in. I was taking up room in too many different rooms. It's like, no, I don't need to be in this room. I'm good. Like, I got to figure out what's beneficial for me. And all of that, and people see it every day, I'm with my daughter. That's the room I needed to be in. That's the room I need to set up shop in, right? To protect her, to make sure she's good. And my other children can come in that room, right? So it's painful when I go through the ups and downs of a radio station owner. And I personally can't do all of the jobs I have to do. Right? I can do the podcast, no problem. I can promote podcasts, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, I didn't get into this for podcasting. I just want to do a radio show. So Let's Love Again hasn't been a radio show. Why? Because Jordan's running around upstairs. And as soon as I get in the room and I get to doing it, she come in the room. All right, Dad, how you doing? What's up? And I say, all right, let's go downstairs. That's right. So I have to spend time with her. Then I can do it at night, but then I have other things to do at night, right? So it's just understanding that sometimes what you really want has to be put behind you so you can get done what you really have to do. Does that make sense?
So you just used to sacrificing for, I guess, the greater good sometimes?
Sometimes the greater good isn't really seen as the greater good, but it really is. It really is the greater good. I was about to say something.
This makes me kind of sad, though.
Why? This shouldn't make you sad.
No, because it reminds me of the first time I was on the radio and we was talking about like safe space for men and how men, pretty much don't have safe spaces. This is bringing up those,
Those same feelings?
Yeah, those same feelings.
No, we don't. And if there was a safe space, more men would occupy it. More men would talk about their traumas. More men would say things out loud without fearing being judged. I've never been raped. I've never been beat up by nobody. When I got into a fight, I got into a fight. And did I win? No, but, if I did, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. It's life. You continue on. I've been robbed. I've robbed. I've never been punked out of anything. You feel me? I've given. Now, if I gave it to you, I gave it to you. The moment I gave it to you, I knew you was either going to pay me or you wasn't. I wouldn't have gave it to you if I couldn't afford it. You good? You good. Now when you come back to me, you got to spend double. Pay me what you owe me and pay me what you want.
So if you had to list, do you think you could even fill up a whole handful of safe like emotionally safe people in your life right now?
Absolutely. My godmoms, that's two of them.
That's a good start.
My sisters, two of them.
Okay.
My ex-wife now,
Okay. Good.
right? And that's just because we both realized that, we were young when we got together, looking for something, and we didn't even know what the hell we was looking for. You ever look for something and don't know what you're looking for? How you look for something you don't know what you're looking for? We're looking for a safe space. I didn't have it for her because I was running the streets, and she didn't have it for me because she was still dealing with everything that she had to deal with. And sometimes people block all that out. I'm not dealing with nothing. Everything's good. No, you have some issues. You have to. I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying a person has to. If you come from a certain situation, a certain background, a certain upbringing, you have issues from that upbringing. What are you doing to handle that? Because I don't need you breaking down on me halfway through. It's like buying a used car. They do a complete checkup on that joint. They tell you everything that's wrong with it. All right, the transmission ain't as sturdy, but we can do some things to make it sturdy, right? Your engine ain't as good, but we can switch out some fuel things and do some things with the calibrator or whatever and get it right. I don't know too much about cars. I don't even know why I use a car, but still. But if you're not willing to do the work, if you're not willing to understand what's wrong, how do you think you're going to last? And that's every relationship. That's any relationship. That's any friendship. That's any business partnership. That's anything that has to deal with two other people. What are your issues?
But do you realize when you deal with unsafe people, you usually become unsafe to somebody else? Like, it's just a pattern. Like, you attract avoidant people, then you eventually start displaying those avoidant behaviors. It's like a cycle.
I did. And I know because when you attract something, you're allowing that into your circle, and eventually it just becomes a circle full of whatever you attract. I've learned to have a conversation first before they even come into my circle. What is it that you want? Let's have that conversation first. What is it that you want from me? What is it that you see me being able to do for you? And if they can't vocalize, it's like, I don't think this is going to work out. Because you want something, you just don't know how to ask for it. You need something, you just don't know what to say. So if you don't know what to say, you don't know what to ask for, why are you even over here? And it's not me because I'm trying to be ignorant or mean or nasty or anything. It's like after 8 years of dealing with this, I'm not dealing with it anymore.
I'm going to say this. One of my wise friends told me how she operates with people is to give what she is in need of. So when you operate from that standpoint, you're not looking
to receive anything.
You're not looking to receive anything, but most of the time by doing that, you do receive.
You are receiving because you're giving what you're in need of to the other person. And they're seeing that, right? So I tried that. Most of the people in our community are broken one way or another, whether they want to admit it or not. There's some people walking around here with all their body parts and they're missing their heart. There's some people walking around here missing a leg. It's like you don't know what's missing on a person until you sit with them and have a conversation. A lot of people will tell you, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm good. Don't believe it. There's no way you could be fine. There's no way you could be good. Because if you were fine and good, you'll be living somewhere else with a house and a car somewhere else than staying here. And not saying here is bad, but here is where it's okay just to be you. You can not care. You can be a liar. You can cheat. You can steal. You can do whatever you want to do, and it's quite all right.
It's just every time you say that, I just be like, wow, our perspectives are so different. Because, like, I think about my interactions with you. When I met you, you were grieving. I just was just trying to see if you was okay. And I'd be like, dang, is it not too many people out there like that? Like, I can really stand in this and fill the space and be there for somebody and then be there and then back off. And I did my duty.
Right.
And that'll be it. And you ain't got to do nothing in return. So it's like when you say that, I just be like, dang, because I've been that for so many people. Like,
and that's where I told you. I think when we were first talking via text, I told you your heart is right.
mm-hmm.
Right, and don't lose it. You feel me?
It's
Don't let anybody turn you the other side. Right. What you want, what you need more than anything, is usually what you give. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you were just talking about your girlfriend. I just needed a place to talk. I just needed a place to come and not be judged for what I had to say, or how I felt, or the information that I had to give to my community. I'm not saying I'm the wisest person in the world, because I'm not. There's a lot of things not that I don't understand. I just choose not to understand because it's not beneficial for what I want to do.
That's real.
There are some people that have more knowledge about certain things, right? Last night I was sitting and I was reading because I wanted to go live and I wanted to talk about Trump and everything's happening. And then I was like, yo, my tooth hurts so bad. I don't really give a fuck. like, and I want to say that because there are so many people that don't care. And it's not because they don't want to care. It's because they don't know how to care. Because no one ever cared for them.
That's deep.
So if somebody never gave it to you, you don't have it. You don't even have it in your pocket to give it out to somebody. And when we look at it that way, you got to say, all right, man, it ain't your fault, bro. I'm sorry.
That's where grace comes in. Ain't easy giving grace all the time.
Bro, I give grace every day. Every day. I get cussed out and just like, okay, that's how you feel? That's okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should not have come to you and asked you anything. Because you're not even in a place to have a conversation with me. So here, yeah, take this grace. I'll beat you the fuck up with some grace, bro. Beat you down with that shit. And that's just how it goes for me. Right? Because I know I needed grace. There was a time when, oh my God, my reaction would have been so much different. Thank you, God, for sparing me. Thank you, God, for guiding me. Thank you, God, for continuing to keep your hand on my shoulder. Because, man, you brought me through some dark-ass times.
You know what this conversation makes me think about, like, how many people have been through stuff, particularly men, because we're talking about men today, that if they actually sat with their feelings and just allowed themselves to feel, they would be damn near in crisis.
Boy.
Like, just really sat down
yes.
and just think about everything they had to endure.
The nights of no food, the nights of hunger, the nights of no heat, sitting in the cold, like struggling, mom not coming home, dad not coming home, ain't nobody here, ain't nobody answering. I have friends like this. I didn't come from that. Well, why are you making me your friend if you didn't come from that? I felt like I had to. Can I help you? Like, you need something? Here, take this. Here, you want this. Here, you want that. And then it became a jealousy situation. P got all that. I ain't got all this. Fucking. You feel me?
Yeah, that just makes me sad. That makes me really sad thinking about that. It really does.
But that's life. That's life.
You just say it so like, oh.
It's life. Am I here? It didn't hurt me that bad. It just taught me life.
It did hurt you bad, though.
It didn't hurt me that bad. It had to teach me. It didn't hurt me that bad. It didn't kill me.
Just because something didn't kill you didn't mean it didn't hurt you bad.
Then it didn't hurt you bad. Am I here?
Yeah.
Did I start a radio station?
Yeah.
Am I giving love?
Yeah.
So it didn't hurt me bad, because most people that go through those things, they shift to the other side. I was on the other side. It was dark over that thing. I didn't care about nobody. I didn't love myself. So I've already gone through all of this stuff. I've already sat with all of this stuff. I've already cried through all of this stuff. And I realized that I can't tell this stuff to anyone that says they love me, right, in hopes that they might change how they view me.
This is why I can say, oh, Lord, I'm trying not to get emotional.
Oh, don't cry.
I know, like I told you before, like I was not always this safe person. And that's why I really strive. I mean, I've always been safe with kids and my friends, but I'm saying like romantic relationships. I was not safe, but it was a lot of reasons why I wasn't safe. And I think about it like now, I'm like, I don't want to see no man like feel like that. Like that just makes me feel really sad because I know how it feels to be the person that's like, dang, somebody then came to me and I just was like, I didn't respond appropriately. I didn't respond appropriately. I made the shit worse. So it's like now I'm really hypersensitive about that because I don't want to be the cause of somebody feeling less than, feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like they're not appreciated. Because I've been that. I don't want to be that, whether it's romantic or platonic. So I'm very conscious of that. So I'm even mindful of how hard I get on you because I know we be having our conversations,
No, listen.
and I be like,
I have I've been yelled at. I've been attacked. I've been everything. So I don't care how hard you get on me. That's how you grow as a person.
everything shouldn't be tough love. Everything ain't got to be tough love. We need tough love sometimes, but
you don't see it that way. I do. Again, I told you.
we're different.
We're different. We're not the same.
True.
So that's how I know you love me, is when you're tough. That's how I know you care. Because if you just like, oh, Paige, just get over it, it'll be like, you don't care? All right.
But you have to know when to cut it off because there's times where it might be like, yeah, P, you need to get over it. And sometimes it might be like, let you have your, can't just always be like.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Majority, you deal with kids in high school.
Of course.
Majority of them need tough love.
Yeah, but a lot of them get that tough love and then.
No, they get no love. It's a difference between tough love and no love. It's a difference between it. No love and tough love. You can't compare the two. They're not the same. They are absolutely not the same.
I'm a high school counselor. I've had kids that's 12th grade like come to me and cry on my shoulder. Girls, boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I can give the tough love, but I also know when to like soften.
But that's not your job. Your job is the nurturer. You're supposed it's for the men of the community to come through with the tough love. You feel me?
I give both.
And I get it, and a lot of women do. And then where's the place for the man? If you're giving both. He can't give both.
Why can't?
Because he doesn't know how to be a nurturer.
Who said that?
See, that's the problem.
Who? So
You are a nurturer by instinct, by who you are as a person. You are a woman. A woman is a nurturer. Period. A woman is the ultimate forgiver, the lover, the healer. The man is the protector, the provider, to teach the kids to go out and hunt. Right? We don't do that no more. No, we are. You can do whatever. You can be whatever you want to be. And look at where we're at now. Are we better? Were we better then, as a family structure, or are we better now? What kind of qualities did we have back then that we don't share today? What kind of qualities do we have now that we wish we had back then? Not a lot. But like I said, for a man to be nurturing is showing weakness. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. No, that's what women say. And it's not a weak situation when a woman does it. It's strength for a woman. But for a man to break down and say, it'll be okay. Here, let me help you.
So you never had a woman like you have a bad day or you're emotional or something and like you're laying there, it's how women might lay their head on their, on their man's chest, but you never had a situation where you might be grieving or sad. It's not even nothing sexual, like somebody just hold you.
She can't give me tough love. That's nurturing.
I know that's nurturing. I know that's.
You got to give me a tough love situation where a woman come by and say, "Yo, man, come on, man, get up."
I think balance is key. You can do both.
That's not balance.
I'm not going to say.
That's not. That's not balance. That's not balance. That's a forced balance. Because I can do everything that everybody else can do. That's not what you're supposed to do, though. I got a hammer. A hammer is supposed to hammer in the nails, not unscrew the nails.
But this is the thing.
Let me put a little joint on the top of the hammer so we know we can unscrew. It's not a hammer now. It's a screw. It's a screwdriver.
Oh.
I get it. A lot of people don't. But I'm not sexist. I'm trying to tell people that. I'm not. I just want things to go back to how they were. Man, woman. Man does things, women do things.
But it's also now about strengths too, because some things, like, just because a woman's supposed to know how to cook, she may not. The man might cook better. It's some things.
Everybody can do whatever they want to do.
It's really about what works best for people's relationships.
What works best for their relationship? Yeah. Individuality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you just group it like man's supposed to be this way, woman's supposed to be that way, it can come off.
You got alpha women, right?
Yeah.
Most alpha women, what kind of man do they want?
They be saying they
what kind of man do they want? Not what they say. What kind of man do they have?
They usually be having beta men.
Where did the beta men come from?
You tell me.
No, I'm asking you.
I don't want to say.
I know you don't. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at. It's all right there. It's all right there. Ain't nobody going to stand up and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is how I see things, and we're going to keep on doing it. And pretty soon, what comes after beta?
What?
I don't know. I'm asking you. What's the letter? As alpha, beta? What's after beta? I don't know either. We're going to look that up. We're going to have that.
I used to know my Greek alphabet.
I don't know my Greek alphabet. I don't know nothing about the Greek alphabet. My mouth is killing me. But I know it's hard for men to express their emotions, their feelings, their disappointments. And I'm trying to make it easier. I would love to make it easier for men to be able to have those moments around other men. Literally.
Are there any things in the community like for men?
I mean, we started Infinite Men of Honor, right? Where we have our man cave, right? But I'm trying to, again, that's something else that I have to get on the ball with as well. It's hard when you start these things. You want things to grab legs and have arms, but if people don't know how, you got to show them. It requires intentionality behind it. So, I got to be intentional with my actions. Infinite Men of Honor, we have a man cave meeting, and we meet. And like I said, men sitting around other men and just uplifting other men and holding men accountable, right? Not saying this has happened, but if I was to come through and say, yo, man, I'm trying to holler at this chick, man, but she got a a husband. I want men to hold other men. Nah, bro, don't do that. There's tons of other women out here, right? You don't want to deal with that. How would you feel if your chick was doing that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so just to hold people accountable, right? And for men to have the freedom to say these things out loud. Instead of thinking they got to talk to it with some people that's going to agree with them. Talk to it with some people that's going to hold you accountable and make sure you're able to follow through with the best result.
Do you have a mentor?
No.
Wow. Would you be open to one?
No.
You just said, okay, all right.
Why not?
Why not?
What is a mentor?
It's someone that, that has qualities and skills that maybe you don't have or can mold you in some ways. And just because you're grown don't mean you can't have a mentor.
I've been out here for, 8 years in a radio station. Mm-hmm. If I ain't got a mentor yet, obviously I don't want one. I don't need one. Don't matter. Even if I ask for it. Even if I went up to a man and asked for it. He's busy. He's doing this thing. I got to call him, or he got to call me. Or we can set up dates and play dates and lunch dates and all those other things.
Yeah, that happens in a professional realm, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we're just too busy. Right?
People make time for what they want to make.
People make time for what they want to make time for. You ain't never lying. Some people just ain't got the time to bullshit.
True.
I heard that before. People make time for. If you're in a relationship right now and people are telling you people make time for what they want to make time for, just tell them you're following your purpose.
What?
Just tell them you're following your purpose. Because if I'm following my purpose, you should be trying to make time to spend with me. I'm busy. I don't just have a job. I'm not just at a job working this job to make no money. I'm really trying to do something. I'm supposed to take time off from that to come sit up underneath you, watch Netflix, and chill.
I'm not going to say nothing on this one.
I bet you ain't. Anyway, cmpradio.net. This was Uncomfortable Conversations. Yeah. Anything you got to say?
I really hope that I could find out more about safe spaces in our community for Black men. As like I said, it made me really sad hearing P talking about being, never really feeling safe as an adult. I know that's the story of a lot of Black men. That's real unfortunate. All I can say is you can't heal what you don't reveal. So don't keep things bottled up because it's going to bleed out on somebody. It's most likely going to bleed out on somebody that don't deserve it.
You ain't never lied. CMPRadio.net. This is Uncomfortable Conversations, and we will see you next Tuesday. We'll have a special guest.
Miss Williams.
Man, Miss Tracy Allen, Miss Tracy Williams from Living in My Truth, a podcast. She has an event coming up, and we want to talk to her about why. Why did she start a podcast? Who's her audience? And, all that good stuff. This drink just hit me like real hard.
If you take something after you get off of this, because I know you're in a lot of pain. It just hits you at the end.
CMPRadio.net, man. I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to have a good day, man.